Your grandfather at 70 had more testosterone than you do right now at 25. And in less than 15 seconds, I'm going to prove it. With cold, hard numbers that will honestly ruin your day. Thank you so much for watching this video. Today, I'm dropping another addition to my self-discipline series. It's not the longest one, but it might be one of the most important, a little dark, and honestly pretty depressing. We're going to talk about the direct link between testosterone, dopamine, and real, raw willpower. But before we dive in, let me explain why this video even exists. The connection between testosterone and dopamine isn't some brand new revolutionary discovery. We know how these systems work. We know they interact. There are tons of animal studies, a decent number of human studies. But nothing so mind-blowing that I'd normally dedicate an entire video to it. So why am I doing it now? Because of testosterone itself. Right now in 2025, we are witnessing an absolutely insane, mind-numbing, almost magical epidemic of catastrophically low testosterone in modern men. In my personal opinion, this topic should concern literally everyone: men, women, kids, politicians, scientists. We should be talking about it at least as often as we talk about climate change. You might think I'm being dramatic. I'm not. Let's look at the data. A massive Israeli study published recently looked at over 100,000 men between 2006 and 2019. Here's the terrifying takeaway. A 22-year-old guy today, at the absolute peak of his natural testosterone production, has the same average level as a 37-year-old man had back in 2006. Let that sink in. To put it another way, in just 13 years, average testosterone dropped roughly 20%. If this were one isolated study, I'd say, okay, something weird happened in Israel. But we see the exact same trend everywhere. A U.S. study on 4,000 men. In 1999, the average was 605 ng/dl. By 2016, it was 451 ng/dl. That's a 154-point drop, about 30% in 17 years. Another landmark paper from 2007 looked at men over 45 in the U.S. from 1987 to 2007. Result? Testosterone declined 1.4% per year, every single year. That's a 34% drop in 20 years. Now, I'm about to do something slightly unscientific. Scientists might hate me for this. But for the sake of seeing the big picture, let's just connect the dots. From 1987 to 2007, minus 34%. From 2007 to 2019, another 20% on top. That means in roughly the last 35-40 years, the average man has lost about 50% of his testosterone. 50%. When I say these numbers out loud, even I start laughing because they sound insane. But I spent weeks trying to debunk them, and I couldn't. This is a global, unmistakable trend. Hey, it's future me editing this video. I realized I showed only a few studies, and some of you might think I'm basing everything on thin evidence. Trust me, there are dozens more. Finland, Denmark, multiple U.S. cohorts all show the same thing. Roughly 1% drop per year, independent of age or body fat. My personal, slightly speculative estimate: over the last 120 years, since around 1900, we've lost 70–80% of the testosterone men used to have, maybe even more. Now you might say, so what? Maybe evolution decided modern men don't need all that testosterone anymore. Unfortunately, no. A 2017 meta-analysis, updated 2022 on sperm counts. From 1973 to 2018, sperm concentration fell 52%. Total sperm count fell almost 60%. That's reproductive collapse. Testicular cancer rates? Skyrocketing worldwide? The male-to-female birth ratio in developed countries? Dropping every decade. Young men having way less sex than previous generations. Direct correlate of low T. Demand for IVF exploding because sperm literally can't swim anymore. Even self-perception. 65% of men over 65 describe themselves as completely masculine. Only 30% of 18 to 29-year-olds say the same. Every metric you look at screams the same thing. Testosterone is crashing, and it's taking male biology with it. So what actually is testosterone for a man? It's his will to live, his drive to achieve, compete, build, explore, take risks, pursue women, gather resources, dominate hierarchies. Everything civilization was built on. And if you've been through my dopamine course, you already noticed. That list sounds exactly like high dopamine. You're absolutely right. Testosterone and dopamine are tightly linked. When an entire population loses half its testosterone in a few decades, the dopamine system takes a massive hit too. Lower motivation, weaker reward from normal life, less ambition, less grit. That's why anyone working on their dopamine absolutely must pay attention to testosterone at the same time. The short answer to why is this happening? Modern life is completely mismatched with the environment our biology evolved for. Excess body fat, terrible sleep, zero physical activity, chronic social defeat, ultra-processed food, loaded with seed oils and estrogenic compounds. Fix these 5 things aggressively, and the average 30-year-old today can easily bring his testosterone from low normal 400-500 back into the high 800-1100 plus range. That's the level your grandfather had at your age. We are not doomed. We are just living like aliens on our own planet. So yeah, this video was dark, but it's also the biggest wake-up call you'll get this year. If you're a man watching this, get your testosterone checked tomorrow. Fix your sleep tonight. Hit the gym this week. And throw out the seed oils and plastic bottles. Your future self, your future kids, and honestly, the future of our entire civilization will thank you. Smash the like button if this hit hard. Share it with every guy you know who needs to hear this. Drop your age and your latest T level in the comments, and subscribe for more uncomfortable truth. I'll see you in the next one. Stay strong.